Have you ever played an RPG and tried talking to a character, only to realize that you're limited to a few branches of dialogue? And when you've exhausted all those branches, your only option is to repeat those same conversations over and over again? Or have you noticed that when you pass certain characters, they will repeat the same few lines of dialogue to you over and over again? I'm sure anyone who's experienced these issues has found themselves wondering at some point, what if I could speak directly to the characters in this game? Until recently, this has been out of reach due to technical limitations and time restraints. In most games, the main characters that the player talks to throughout the story will have an evolving script that progresses with the plot. But in even the most expansive games, the amount of dialogue is limited by time to write and record lines, as well as in-game implementation of these interactions. A few projects like Facade have tried to implement intelligent conversation, but so far nothing has broken out into the mainstream of game development. With the rise of huge AI models like ChatGPT and Claude, as well as local open source models like Mistral and Llama, it is now possible to generate convincing human dialogue in near real time. And using agentic frameworks, you can customize the output of your models and set up a multi-agent application, in which models pass custom responses around until you have your desired result. Eidolon AI is an open source agentic framework. They make it easy for developers to build applications using AI and set up multi-agent pipelines. I'll have a link to their website down below so you can get started building AI applications. Using Eidolon, I was able to easily configure an agent to serve as an NPC you can chat with. I defined the agent's behavior with a simple prompt in a single YAML file, built a Docker image from the Eidolon AI SDK and my YAML file, and spun it up as a server on port 8080. To make it interesting, I needed a user to be able to interact with the server through an interface in a game. To do this, I built a project using Godot. In case you didn't know, Godot is a free and open source game engine for developing cross-platform 2D and 3D games. It has recently emerged as a champion in the indie dev scene for being a powerhouse of a tool, punching well above its weight in terms of capabilities and ease of use. I'll have their website linked down below. First, I configured a handler in Godot using Kyle Solensky's HTTP SSE client plugin. SSE streaming allows for the server to start feeding the response back to the client without having to wait for the model to finish generating its entire response. With the handler in place and successfully streaming responses from the Eidolon server, I just needed to put it in a game. Using plenty of recycled code and assets, I cobbled together a basic project in which the player can have a conversation with an agent. And that was it. Pretty straightforward and painless. And now to show off the results, here's me. Thank you, me. As you can see here, we have the Eidolon server running. It's running my NPC agent, so let's dive right into it. Here I have my Godot project with the game in it, so I'll run that. And the first thing that happens is a post request is fired to the Eidolon server, setting the process ID. If I come up to this knight and talk to him, you see the process ID was set by the system, and we can go ahead and talk to this guy. I'll say, "Hello, Sir Knight. Who are you?" And you can see, he starts streaming and starts speaking to you, and he tells you about who he is. He is a knight of the realm wandering these lands in search of quests and adventures that might allow him to prove his valor. That's great. Let's go ahead and ask him if he knows any of the nearby landmarks. Can you tell me directions, Sir Knight? I am lost. Yes, and he's lost. And so he's going to say, of course, Wise Wizard, if you seek the Necromancer's Tower, you'll go north. East, there's a cave. West, we have a Hydra. And to the south, there's a village. Right. Really cool stuff. And you may wonder how he knows all this. So let's dive into the back a little bit here. Let's go over to VS Code. And you see here, this is all that I had to write to make my knight behave the way that he is. Just a simple prompt in a YAML file. Define the agent using Eidolon's framework and agent spec. And yeah, that's all it takes. If I wanted to, for example, change him to a pirate. You are a pirate. Yar. Yeah, we can do that, right? And all that I would have to do now is close this docker build-t Godot agent test dot, rebuild the Docker file, and then we'll run it, passing in the end file with your OpenAI API key, and we'll go over to Godot, close the demo, relaunch it, talk to this guy. Well, actually, I'll say, "Hello, sir." Just, very, very vague.
Ahoy there, matey. And as you can see, he's now a pirate. That's what's so cool about Eidolon. It makes it super easy to iterate and test with your agents. Anyway, thank you for watching this demo. Back to you, me.
Thank you, me. With powerful AI models like ChatGPT and frameworks like Eidolon, developers are now empowered to build applications that are more responsive and lifelike than ever before. If you want to try playing with LLMs in Godot, the tools you need to connect to an Eidolon server are available to download as a plugin along with the demo I showcased. You can download these files from GitHub, link down below. I'll be continuing to work on this plugin as I build more robust AI-powered games, so make sure to check back on the repo or follow me on LinkedIn. If you're a developer looking to get started building with AI, check out the Eidolon AI Agent Framework. Link is also down below. On their site, you will find documentation and other examples of projects built using the Eidolon framework. Thank you for watching. My name is Luis, and I'll see you next time.